Well, hello there. My name is HW. Thank you so much for watching Tone Junkie TV. If you follow the TJ Instagram, that's Tone Junkie for short, you probably know that I picked up this guy. It is it's a 1995 gold sparkle jet from Gretsch. And these things were made in Japan. And I have a lot of buddies who play these guitars, and they're really over the moon about them. So I've really been curious. But if you look at this thing, it's really a cool guitar. I mean, check this thing out. I'm gonna try and get it to focus on the headstock here. Got that horseshoe inlay, which is probably from about 1988 to somewhere in the late 90s. They made the horseshoe inlay and these types of inlays on the neck, right? So boom, boom, boom. Now then you have their version of gold. Now this is a little bit different than my Goldie Strat, which I've got up there, which is like way more sort of, I would call that more champagne gold, but they say this is champagne gold. It's a little bit more orange, but I actually think it works pretty well with the Filtertron buckers here. I mean, check that thing out. It's just beautiful. Bigsby on there, and it's got the tone, double volume, and pickup selector up here, single pickup selector. Some of the later ones have something called the mud switch. I'm trying to trick out this sparkle jet, and so it looks really cool, but it could sound better. And now what I mean by that is I played this on a weekend, and it sounded really cool, but the thing that gets me is these pickups are somehow bright and yet a little bit dull sounding right now. And I've had some people tell me, mainly my buddy Tommy, that I need to raise these pickups higher, but there's a problem. These pickups have wood shims under them. And I'm gonna show you that later in the video. They have wood shims underneath. And to get them higher, you need to put something else under the pickup to actually make it sit up higher. And so I'm gonna take some foam I have, and I'm gonna place it underneath these pickups to raise them up and get them closer. Can you see that distance there? Can you see? It's not really close enough. Like, I want these things to be a lot closer. Hey dudes, okay, so I've already completed one pickup, but I wanna show you what's going on with this thing. I've got my guitar set up right here, and I've taken off the pick guard, and I've also taken off the pick guard ring that would go here. Now I've already actually completed this pickup, and what I want to show you is if you take a screwdriver and you come right here and you try to raise this pickup, you can of course lower it more, and you can see the pickup going down there, right? Now if I raise it up, what happens is I get to a point where, the screw starts coming out. Can you see that? The screw just starts lifting up. Well, why is that? Well, the screw, I'll show you, the screw is long enough to reach down and bite the wood, but the screw doesn't give you pressure the other way. The screw clamps down. You need something to clamp up. Now, on a Gibson style pickup that has the little like feet, you put a spring there, and the spring goes up, and you can get a longer spring, and it'll lift the pickup up. But on these, there are no springs on these Filtertron TV Jones style pickups. So what they've done under here is they've put shims in there. So there's like foam in there already, and it's almost the exact material to the stuff I have. I ordered on Amazon this neoprene foam, and as I'm looking at it, it looks like they've used neoprene foam too, or something just like neoprene, because it's almost identical. Look what happens when I remove this pickup. What you're going to see, I'm going to take this pickup out and move it to the side. It's kind of a short lead here, so forgive me, it's a little bit in the way. Look at what's right in here. Foam. Look at this. Let me make it so it's focusing on the foam. There's foam right there, so it's a hollow cavity, and then the pickup sits right here on this piece of foam, and this foam gives the resistance to go up, but what's happening is the pickup is just resting right on top. That's the max height of the pickup. But we want it higher because we want to be able to take a string and we want to get it higher than this. It's too low. Now this string, if it were tuned up, would be a little bit lower, but it's too low right now for the pickup. We want to bring this pickup higher. Sorry for these bad angles. We want to bring the pickup like up to here. So what I'm going to do is move this string back out of the way, and I've actually already done it on this pickup. I actually have brought this pickup above the body, and you can see right here, I brought this pickup right here above the body. So it's actually just lifting up slightly from the body. Now I have all the room in the world to bring that pickup up and down. So see how high this one is, how low this one is? The neck is always going to be lower. This follows the angle of the strings, but this is much higher than it could go before. Now to do that, I'm going to remove the front pickup like I did the back one. And I'm going to take these little pieces of neoprene foam that I have. Now, you can buy neoprene in rolls, big rolls, bigger than this. I've already cut this down. You can get them in very big pieces, small pieces. But I doubt you're going to be able to find something this small, so buy a bigger piece and cut it down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come right here, and I'm going to place my new foam on top of the old foam. Boom. That's what I'm going to do right there. And then I'm going to take the other one. I'm going to do the same thing. And then I'm going to put the pickup back on top and screw it in. Now let's see if I can prop this guy up, because I'm just going to place the pickup back on there. And I'm going to kind of center it as best I can, because I want the screw to go back in the same hole. But there's some play in this screw. So when I get it down there, it's going to find the hole in the wood. Screws naturally just sort of do that. I'm going to push down on this thing and get it to punch through the neoprene foam. And I can feel it's grabbed the wood. So this pickup now, I can bring this pickup, look at this, I can get this pickup above the fretboard. That pickup's above the fretboard right now. So I got all the room in the world now to work with. And I want it to be able to adjust way, way higher than I need it, because if you're just working with, if the perfect height is the sort of maximum height you can get, then that means you're maxing out the height. So I don't want to do that. Now this thing just grabbed, so now I can get my pickup super high. Why is that useful? Because I want complete control over how close they sit to the strings. Now they're super high. Look at that. Super high. Okay, so I'm going to put this thing back together, and I'm going to do some quick after clips. Actually, it's late, so I might go to bed, and then I'll do the after clips tomorrow morning. pretty interesting, right? I, for one, was actually expecting a little bit more of a difference. I don't know why. It sounds, when I listen back, like I raised the pickups, like the pickups have come up in signal. The only real difference I hear in EQ or character is some of the before clips, when the pickups were lower, have a little more of like an open high end. They're a little less pushed, so there's more headroom, and they're a little more like bright, kind of Gretschy, whereas the pickups being higher, I think on the bridge, really jamming away, it sounds great. It just sounds like more gain, almost like I'm just boosting the pickups a little bit. Very little difference to me in EQ, but definitely more, just more feeling. I think it's an improvement, I really do, but now it's got me thinking this. HW, what if you put TV Jones classics in here? How would those compare with the Filtertron pickups from Gretsch themselves? You know, one thing I've noticed about Gretsch guitars is because they've changed owners so many times, and because models like the Sparkle Jet have just always had Filtertron pickups, it's really hard to tell what model pickup you have. It's really hard to tell, you know, did the early 90s ones have better pickups than the early aughts? You know, which Filtertrons were better? Are they making them the same way? I'll be honest, just looking at the construction of these pickups to vintage Gretsch pickups, the screws in these Filtertrons are much smaller than they were on vintage ones. The vintage ones actually look like TV Jones pickups. The vintage ones have Phillips head screwdriver or flathead screws that go in instead of Phillips head screws. The TV Jones one, you know, it's just different things like that. Different materials, different manufacturing is going to result in different tone. And so it begs the question, could I make this better with TV Jones pickups? Could I make it different with Powertron pickups? I am undecided at the moment. I really am. But I hope this was helpful. If you are thinking about doing this to your guitar, I mean, I hope these results are what you get. Let me know in the comments below, what did you prefer, before or after? I think there's a case to be made for both. And I've got two thoughts running around in my head right now. That would be four thoughts. I've got two thoughts running around in my head. What would this sound like with TV Jones Classics, which I think I'm going to do? What would this sound like with Powertrons? So maybe I should compare some TV Jones Classics with some TV Jones Powertrons. I'd use these before clips, or maybe I'll do some more, and then I'll switch out the pickups, do it again. That would be a fun exercise for all the people who have Sparkle Jets and might be thinking, should I upgrade the pickup? Should I not? What will I gain? What will I lose? Hope this was helpful, dudes. I'm really into the Sparkle Jet right now, and I just got a new toy. But I'm not going to show it to you now. I'll show it to you in another video. It's TV Jones. It's Gretsch, but it's a different thing completely. I'm HW. Thank you so much for watching Tone Junkie TV. HW, out.